I'm going to share with you my years of experience as a fragrance salesperson behind the counter who got to show fragrances to thousands and thousands of people, and specifically women, and see exactly how they reacted, what fragrances they bought for their man or told their man to buy, and just what they liked in general. Out of all the fragrances they could have smelled, these are the ones that really got their attention. I'm talking about 5 here in this video, and they're specifically designer fragrances. But if you would like in the future for me to do a bigger designer list where we add some more fragrances, because it wasn't just 5 fragrances, and then also if you'd like a niche list in the future, let me know in the comments and I will definitely be able to provide that for you. And also hit that follow button so that way you can see more of these videos in the future if you do like them. So let's get into these, and I want to give an honorable mention before we talk about these 5 that I've got lined up to Dior Sauvage, because hands down, it was our best-selling fragrance. It doubled everything else in sales, specifically the Eau de Toilette version. I love the Elixir. I think the Elixir is my favorite version, but the Eau de Toilette was hands down. Ladies liked it. They wanted their man to smell like it. Basic, whatever it be, it sold well. Okay, so that just is what it is. But let's get into these 5. And first of all, let's talk about another big designer house. So I was going to talk about YSL, Y Eau de Parfum, but then this fragrance came out on the market and it absolutely obliterated Y Eau de Parfum when it came to ladies smelling it and loving it and buying it and wanting it. And that was YSL Myself Eau de Parfum, specifically the Eau de Parfum. The Le Parfum did not do as well as the original, and I think it's because this one's just a little bit fresher, it's cleaner, and also a lot of ladies bought this because they swore they were going to start stealing some sprays from the bottle, right? So it was kind of like, hey, I'm buying this for my guy, but I'm also probably going to want to smell like this too. And I think that kind of played to its benefit and caused a lot more sales. And I do think there are fragrances out there that do sell well because a woman can actually smell herself wearing it, right? Which is really cool. There's one other fragrance on this list that's kind of like that too. But next up, let's talk about Prada. I love Prada. I'm a big Prada fan. There was a problem with this fragrance though. When I was working, we would only get like 5 at a time of this. Okay, and then we wouldn't see another restock for a month and a half or whatever, and we'd sell it out within 24 hours to 48 hours. Like a weekend, this was gone. Every time, I could guarantee you I would sell every bottle of Prada Black specifically. And this one, it didn't really have a demographic. Most ages like this. It wasn't a specific like older ladies or younger. Amber in here is what really did it, I think. That slight sweetness from tonka bean as well. You've kind of got this peppery opening, but the dry down's magic. And there was a lot of ladies that reacted positively to this and wanted their guy to smell like this when they went out to a movie or on a date night or whatever. This was a popular pickup, a very popular pickup, and I love that fragrance. Personally, I think it's a great fragrance. It's one of the best designers still on the market that you can get. Just walking into a Dillard's or walking into a Macy's, that's a banger. That's a 10 out of 10. So next up, let's talk about Tom Ford, because I think a lot of people hate Tom Ford, or they hate on Tom Ford, at least online. But in real life, a lot of the older ladies, like 30 plus, this fragrance would do it for them. Like, I would get crazy reactions off this. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they would smell this and do some weird stuff. So this is Noir Extreme Parfum, and you can also get the Eau de Parfum version of this. Either one works, really. I prefer this one because on the top, this has a little bit of ginger, so it kind of brightens the top up, gives it a little bit more zing at the first spray, gives it a little more zing when it opens up. But for the older ladies, I'm telling you, if you're a guy looking to get some older ladies' attention, right? This might be the one for you. This might be the one for you. That's just my personal experience. It's a little sweet. It smells like wealth. It's a little bit, on that darker, slightly mysterious vibe with a little bit of smokiness. It's a good one. It's a good one. So, and none of these are going to have people falling at your feet, right? Don't expect that. I'm just saying, if you do want an insight on what ladies react well to, these are the ones. These are the ones. So, Number four, this is the one I was talking about where I had a lot of women comment and say, I'd actually like to wear that myself, and even sold some bottles to some ladies for themselves. And this one is from Emporio Armani. This is Stronger With You. And specifically, I love Absolutely, but you could go with any of them. You could go with Intensely, the Parfum, the original. It really didn't matter. They all got a lot of love and a lot of appreciation from the general public. And yeah, this one didn't really have a demographic either. There was no real like age range. It was younger ladies, it was older ladies that would buy it for their man, or they would tell him, hey, this is the one, after they'd smelled God knows how many fragrances. It's actually a scent DNA. It's not specifically one fragrance, but from Chanel, this is Chanel Allure Homme Sport, and this spawned fragrances like Versace Pour Homme, and also you had Missoni Wave. All right, so any of these work, and I'm going to tell you what kind of ladies these worked for. These were the ladies that really came in and didn't know much about cologne. They wanted to buy some cologne for a new boyfriend or for their dad or for a guy, you know, or whatever, even a long-term relationship, and he never really wore cologne. That was oftentimes the fragrance they would pick over everything, right? It was that or Acqua di Gio, I swear. I swear. And, you know, Versace Pour Homme or Chanel Allure Homme Sport. And it's because these fragrances are very easy to understand. They're clean. You get a lot of citrus. You've got some white florals. You've got that aquatic, fresh out of the shower feel from these. They're masculine. They're sporty. And they're just really easy to understand, and you don't have to know a lot about fragrances to like these. And so I sold a lot of bottles of Chanel Allure Homme Sport and Versace Pour Homme, and a lot of positive reactions, especially for the ladies that were a little hesitant on cologne and had this idea of what cologne was in their head. Musky, heavy scents that were like, you know, tobacco or whatever, blah, blah, blah. These fragrances were clean, simple, and easy to like. So if you found this video interesting and really enjoyed, make sure you hit that plus sign so you can catch more fragrance videos. And like I said before, let me know down in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. I can expand the designer list a little bit. I can also talk about niche fragrances as well in this way from my experience. And I do want to say that I appreciate you guys. And I do think that me working and being behind a counter and getting to spray thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of test strips for years for people does give a little bit different perspective on fragrances when you're looking at it from what people react well to and don't in real time, that a lot of other creators don't have. And that's not a better or worse thing. It's just a different perspective. I know there's some creators that have sold fragrances in the past and stuff like that. It's not just me, but yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this and give you guys some insight as to what I got to see day in and day out when it came to fragrances during my time as a fragrance salesperson. So as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Stay fresh, stay cool. Peace.